It's open. Hey, looks like you got something on your mind. What's up? A friend that's on edge, huh? What's causing them to be on edge? Not really sure. Were you able to possibly ask them about it? You'd like for me to talk with them? You really think they would consider listening to me? Hey, I may say some wise things at times, but that doesn't mean the recipients will actually consider the wisdom presented. You really want me to talk with them, huh? All right, but if it appears like the conversation is not going anywhere, we need to just let it go. All right, let's go. Hello, nice to meet you. Heard you're dealing with some challenges? No, I can't talk anyone out of anything. It's up to the individual to make their own choices. What is it you mean by the whole picture? Is there a scenario you're engaged in that you're not sure about? Well, I can't make any reasonable observations of the subject without all necessary information. Therefore, would you mind sharing what the scenario of concern is? Potential of injury or death? Are you engaging in some kind of illegal activity or something immoral? What is it exactly? You like to fight. Okay, well, there are some others who like to do that as well, but they manage it and are moderate with it. I see. So it appears that you like the thrill of the action, yeah? Hmm. Is there a reason why you like to see people hurt? You just like it. Could this be due to a case of an environment you've been around? Have these people you want to hurt actually done anything to you? So if anyone so much as looks at you in what you may perceive as the wrong way, you just attack? What if the act was actually innocent or friendly? That'd be a real bad way to break the ice, don't you think? There's gotta be something driving this. Are you sure there's no past trauma related to this or any particular upbringing? I see. So no bad cases and just for pure fun. Well, according to the information you've shared, it seems like you just have become complacent with reckless behavior. I take it you have yet to experience a defeat? That's a great question you ask. The answer is that you don't have to show how tough you are, especially not all the time. Being brave or tough does not mean that you have to go looking for trouble, nor that you should. And really, when it comes down to it, even with that kind of demeanor, there is some type of fear there, no matter how much you or any of us wish to deny it. While the fear might not be toward anyone in particular, it can sometimes be related to something within ourselves. From what you have described, it really sounds like you're afraid of being defined as a weakling. So you rush into any scenario aggressively, recklessly, and inconsiderate of whether or not the other party means any harm. And that path that you are choosing to walk is one that requires you to make enemies rather than allies. all for in the name of you being respected. However, that's actually not respect that you want. You actually want to be feared. Others fearing you has become a drug for you, a form of pleasure, if you will. You seem to gain some type of pleasure in seeing others in emotional pain. Okay, if I could ask you to please take a moment to process what you just said. You mentioned that you don't want people to bother you. In other words, you don't want people to think you're a punk, right? So the question becomes, where is that coming from? Now, you have the absolute right not to answer that question to anyone, but don't you think you owe it to yourself to answer that question to yourself? It really sounds like you have been betrayed so many times and you have all these barriers up now to protect yourself. From your expressions, it looks like I might have struck a nerve with that, but just know that is not my intention to make you uncomfortable. The whole intention of this is let's get to the root of the issue before it's too late. So again, you do not have to answer anything to me or anyone else. I only ask that you be honest with yourself about it. While no one is messing with you, you appear to be messing with others unprovoked. You said it yourself that you like to fight, and it appears that you are not managing that desire and energy, and you're going around like a loose cannon. Eventually, people are going to get tired of being scared, and they're going to do something to try to remedy that. So at what point does your current way of thinking become a form of oppression towards others? In the name of showing how tough you are and not giving anyone a benefit of the doubt when they show no evidence of provocation, are you now just another bully or an oppressor? I believe this is the reason why my sibling requested for us to talk. In all honesty, under your current demeanor that you have described, I really need to advise my sibling to maintain distance from you, for their own safety and for the sake of their own image. Well, if you're only looking at it from your perspective, then you will likely conclude that the advisory is ridiculous. But can we at least look at it from my sibling's point of view? Have you taken into consideration how they are legitimately viewed by others based on being around you with that kind of demeanor? What's going to end up happening to my sibling is when others learn they are affiliated with you, they're not going to want to be around my sibling either. That's not necessarily because they would do something wrong to them, but because they are concerned they will not even be given a chance to do right by them. So now your current demeanor is destroying potential friendships and business relationships in the name of maintaining your respect, to which the actual context of others is fearing you. How is that fair to anyone, especially to yourself? I'm not going to pry any information about what happened to you, but it's obvious that something has. My only question is, are you going to resolve it to get back to a peaceful state? I'm sorry you feel like there's nothing wrong, and unfortunately at this juncture, I can only uphold my advisory to my sibling that until you choose to resolve that issue with yourself, for their own safety and integrity of their image, the two of you must maintain distance. I also further require that you refrain from any more visits to this residence until improvement is confirmed. Because your demeanor is going to eventually attract individuals that are far more dangerous than you want to show yourself to be. And eventually the people you pick fights with will summon people they know who can defend them. And those people may use tactics far worse than what you use. It's up to you if you want to think of them as cowards, but really all they're doing is defending themselves. If you just spontaneously go off at them unprovoked, what is there to say you won't do it again? So they're going to do whatever it takes to protect themselves. And some of these folks will attack family and friends just to get to you. Now, I too believe that they should only keep the issue between you and them. But unfortunately, not everyone thinks like that. And when people are put in a desperate position to defend themselves, they will use all resources available to them to secure their safety. Are you not doing the same concept, but in a different manner? Stop. Let them go. If you go after them and try to reason with them what you already have been trying to, you're only going to go in circles. Whatever pile of problems they have, they are not going to deal with them the way they need to until they hit the permanent roadblock with the method they are currently using. This is what happens with some people. They will continue doing stuff the hard way until that hard way becomes too hard for them. You got to let this one bump their head, no matter how many times it takes. I know it sucks, but with this one right now, it's the only way. You remaining near them under that demeanor is only going to enable them. And sooner or later, if they keep up what they're doing, they're going to end up in prison, on life support, or dead. And you do not want to be in that crossfire. How is this your fault? Look, don't ever blame yourself for someone else's choices that you had nothing to do with. Don't ever do that to yourself. Got it? We will wish the best for them, and if they decide to turn things around, you can be there for them. Hopefully before they attract the attention of folks who can do some real damage. And I take it you also took some notes during the conversation between me and them? So the next time something like this happens, and it will, you'll know exactly what to do, right? Very good. All right, it's dinner time. What you in the mood for?